I have a bonus for you at the end of this lesson. A very interesting group, and I think you know by now that my doctoral study was in Tonga and was specifically about the brass bands in Tonga. You remember that from a discussion a couple weeks ago. And this group really caught my attention as I was preparing this presentation because it is a hybrid of the traditional Indian brass band that was really used very extensively for wedding ceremonies, and we're talking about multi-day wedding celebrations in traditional Indian culture. So the brass bands adopted from the British, adopted from the Europeans, the Westerners, adding some indigenous Indian instruments. And this particular band in New York City is extremely fascinating to me because of the way they've come into that multi-ethnic culture of New York City, and they're starting to get a lot of notice. Red Bharat is their name. I've been in email correspondence with their leader, a very interesting guy. We're hoping we can get them down to BYU Hawaii sometime on the performance series. So we have two video demos here just to get a flavor for what they're doing. First one, you'll notice in a club setting that their music has a lot of jazz and a lot of R&B influence. There's no question about it. But you also get some traditional Indian aesthetic values, like it moves from slow to fast, and it's got this jazz funk element, but it's increasing in its intensity, it's increasing in its tempo, the way traditional Indian music did. The second video is from a fashion show in New York City, and Red Bharat is providing the music for it. And as you see in my note here, lots of bulimic models strutting down the runway, and they're, you know, not too, their modesty is pretty decent here. They're pretty well covered. But you know, if you're like me, you can get tired of seeing these crazy skinny models walking down the runway. So watch as much of that as you care to, just to get a little taste for Red Bharat's fusion of traditional Indian brass music and jazz and funk and other North American elements. And I'll say to you, aloha.